Industrial distributors are literally middlemen, getting product from a manufacturer to an end user. Middlemen is not a fruitful business, particularly so in recent decades with the advent of the internet. Being a middleman, if you're not Amazon, is not a smart place to try to make money. Yet, we cover a handful of companies that are able to make really good money being a middleman. How is that possible? Well, you have to have a compelling service element. You have to be a consultant, an expert, or delivering some sort of value along those lines that make it so your customer is willing to pay more than they would be for just someone that ships a product from point A to point B. Bossard is literally a middleman of nuts and bolts. So on the surface, it sounds like the most boring and probably bad business out there. But the reality is they're a consultant on what's called C parts. So C parts is kind of an industry term for nuts and bolts. But the reality is if you're a manufacturer or you have a machine, it requires nuts and bolts. Where Bossard has positioned themselves is the leader in this exact product. Bossard, in a very scientific, highly engineered way, can identify the exact appropriate nut and bolt fastener that you need for your product. They can identify how to source that reliably, so you're not going to run out of these nuts and bolts during your manufacturing process and incur huge costs. And they can even set up automated logistics that gets these nuts and bolts delivered on time into your warehouse. It's pretty clear to see that if you're John Deere or Tesla, you're worried about making cars, or you're thinking about tractors. You don't want to think about what C parts you're using and where they're coming from. Like, focus on what you're good at. So that's what Bossard enables. Diploma is another middleman that on the surface would again seem boring. They build distribution businesses that are centered around service. So they have a lot of kind of different industrial distribution businesses across different markets, but they're all united in this high service element. So for example, seals. Industrial seals are used in a wide variety of applications. Oftentimes a machine that's 20 years old will require a replaced seal or a new seal. What you can do as a customer is call Diploma, and within 2 days you can get the exact seal delivered to your facility and get your machine back up and running. Obviously that's invaluable. Like, the machine is down and 2 days later it can be up. It's not a big deal that Diploma can earn a, 50% gross margin on this product, because what matters is that they can deliver it quickly, they can identify the right seal. But the aggregate of all these businesses actually makes Diploma one of the top quality industrial companies that I cover. I think it's the best industrial distributor in the world. If you're a very big buyer of chemicals, you can buy them directly from the chemical manufacturer. But if you're buying chemicals in smaller quantity, chances are the chemical manufacturer, it'll be difficult for them to deal with you. So this chemical market is uniquely well positioned, I would say, for distribution providers. Companies that can buy in bulk from the chemical manufacturer, but then sell in smaller packages to hundreds of thousands of smaller customers. And it's not easy to do because chemicals are highly regulated, dangerous. So you need the facilities to be able to store these chemicals safely. And then you need the trucks, et cetera, to be able to deliver these in smaller parcels. The industrial chemical distribution is actually a pretty consolidated market. You can't buy chemicals on Amazon. You need a professional distributor for this, and that's why Brenntag's a good business.